It's about tribal warfare. Okay. That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the UK. You're from India, so I don't really...
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so...
I'm an American
citizen. You have your own stakes.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how you got that, but fair enough. Here's the thing.
Are you an American citizen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Not sure how you got that, okay.
Born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the 1500s, so I have some stake in the claim here, okay?
But you're
a little different
But you're
than
a
yours.
descendant of immigrants. Settlers.
I didn't know.
Colonialists.
Yeah,
You
colonials.
You don't look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about?
You're
Whites
not.
are Native Americans.
Really?
I think
what was happening before the 1500s?
I think you're getting confused with it.
I don't mind going on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting...
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that came here from Asia.
Do you know what indigenous means?
Listen, before
indigenous
America,
people can't come from somewhere else.
Why do you ask a question if you're going to interrupt?
I'm not sure if you know what the meaning of indigenous means.
I do know what it means. It means
like
they came here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't care.
Is he an American?
I genuinely don't care. Yes, he is.
Okay, just checking.
My point is, okay?
Nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these people are
criminals. Because you're derailing, dude. I'm trying
to
stay on track.
You literally sat down and asked me where I'm from. I think you derailed this conversation from the get-go.
By that, but I'm
not offended. I'm just wondering what it has to do with crime.
I'm always curious.
We're going to talk about immigration. Don't worry. Later on, you can come back.
I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime.
I just got a round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm doing as bad.
Is this how you get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing. That must make you feel good.
America was not built on immigrants. It was built on purely white immigrants.
No.
Why do you say that?
Because look at society now, like...
Yeah, but America, originally it was built by purely white immigrants, no?
Yeah, but how is that proven?
History?
Do you have, pictures and photos?
I don't think you need pictures and photos to prove the history.
It was all white people, you're saying?
Majority, yes, that built America.
But there were other ethnicities and different other skin tones and stuff is what I'm getting.
Not necessarily when America was founded.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are looking at a debate that has sparked strong reactions online after viral videos challenged a common idea about American history. The claim is simple but controversial. If your ancestors immigrated to United States from Europe, can you really be called Native American? Some people say this is just a historical fact, while others believe it being used to divide people and create unnecessary conflict. Let's break down what was said, why people are reacting so strongly, and what this conversation is about. Identity, history, and belonging in America.
White people did not exist before 1681. Again, white people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681. Number two, any claim that this group called white people, any claim that that group is rooted in biology or derived from genes or biology or is innate or is from nature is a lie. Third and final point. As a matter of foundational law, actually let me say it this way, white supremacy has been embedded in the United States of America from its founding as a matter of law. Now, I don't expect you to buy all that, to get all that, to believe all that, at least not now. But my job is to share with you the legal history that proves each of those three claims that I begin with. So let's go. Let's get started. We have to begin this conversation in colonial North America, specifically in the colonies, the British colonies of Maryland and Virginia. Both were British colonies and both shared a number of particular characteristics. First, their economies were rooted in tobacco farming. If you know much about tobacco farming, it requires tremendous human labor. Lots and lots of workers. So those who owned large plantations, big landholders, constantly needed laborers to do the work to grow the tobacco. In addition economic base, both colonies had an incredible gender imbalance, roughly 10 men for every woman. Now, let's understand a little bit about the folks who constitute the people in these two colonies. Oh, and by the way, let me give you a year. We're in the early 1600s, okay? The early part of the 17th century, colonial North America. England.
My family wasn't white. My family was Italian. They were disparaged when they first came to America from Europe. My grandfather used to tell me terrible stories of what happened to him when he was a boy living in America as an Italian. They treated them the same way terribly racist people were treating people from Guatemala that sneak in here. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then after a while, they sort of integrated, and now I'm white.
Yeah, now you're just a white person.
I wonder which one of you niggas was the first ones to wake up and decided that you was gonna be Native American or American Indian, and completely reject the idea that you got African in your bloodline in some way, shape, or form, man. Because the funny thing that I be noticing is that y'all will be practicing African spirituality, belong to some sort of African traditional religion, but you completely reject the idea that you got some African ancestry up in your DNA, man, and it simply don't make sense whatsoever. How you sitting up there talking to Legba and Oshun and them, but you talking about some you Native American and you ain't got no African up in your bloodline? How the hell you talking about some you a motherfucking Babalawo or this grand motherfucking priest and shit, but you ain't got no African up in your DNA? It simply don't make sense. There is a clear lineage that shows how these traditions got, to different pockets of the diaspora, after they left the continent. So it just don't make no sense, man. I need some pretendians to show up and answer these questions that I have, man.
Did y'all watch that Jubilee video, the recent one with Mini Hassan? And he debated 20 far-right conservatives. And at one point, one of the conservatives said that white people were also Native Americans, and then they all start clapping and they're like, oh, yes, yes, yes. And Mindy's kind of looking like, okay, am I new to this? But when did white people, certain white people, think that they were Native Americans? Like, they know they're not from here, right? Their ancestors came here. There were other people that were inhabiting who are Native Americans, but am I missing something? Am I missing something? Because this is news to me that conservatives hold this belief that they are also Native Americans. Can someone inform me as to why they think that? I'm dead serious.
The discussions started after a spark pointed out that Native Americans are the indigenous peoples whose ancestors lived in North America long before European colonization. From that perspective, descendants of European settlers are not Native Americans. Even if their families have lived in the United States for generations. Supporters of that argument say it is simple acknowledgement, historical reality. They believe recognizing indigenous history is important and that calling everyone native can erase the unique history and experience of Native American tribes. But critics argue that conversation is often presented in a way that sound accusation. Many people, they don't understand what's really happened. Many Americans today, we are both in country, have known the other home, considered themselves America, regardless of where their ancestors are coming from for centuries ago. As the debate spread across the social media, people took the sides. Some will say it is important history, to show people where they are coming from, but when it comes to the politics, people starting attacking each other, which is not very good, because this conversation is about to know where the people coming from. I still have another clips about that. Let's watch them. I come back with a comment.
White people did not exist before 1681. I'm going to break out my whiteboard for this one. In the 17th century, in the Maryland and Virginia British colonies, there were freed people of British and African descent living together, working together, and marrying each other. These people were equally disgruntled with the lack of land opportunities and wealth opportunities that they could have as compared to the elite. The social ladder was very hard to climb. These people became very disgruntled, resulting in Bacon's Rebellion. This was a rebellion that involved people of multiple national origins, including Briton and African, to go against the landholding elite. This posed a major threat to capitalism because the working class was united to overthrow the elite. The colonists decided the best way to conquer these individuals was to divide them. This is a divide and conquer strategy, and it worked. It's still working today in America. The colonists decided to create the labels of race to divide the working class. They said now there's white people who are going to be afforded more privileges and advantages for being white, although they were still at the bottom of that ladder. And there were going to be black people who were stripped of their rights. They weren't allowed to marry white people. They weren't allowed to testify against white people in court. They weren't allowed to have guns. This created a psychological divide and encouraged racism. So now those two groups that were once united are now two groups of people. We have the white working class and the black working class, and then of course the indentured servants and enslaved people at the bottom. Although these white people had more privileges and advantages, there's still this entire social ladder to get the same land, wealth, and opportunity as these people. But now these people are turned onto these people because they're afraid that these people will take away their opportunities. When in fact, it's these people taking away everybody's. See this today. Think about the rural white American working class. They generally are very poor people that are never going to make it to the same degree as the 1%. These people tend to be very racist and are afraid of non-white people taking their jobs. Their minds are focused on other members of the working class because they are racist and think that those people are causing the problems, when it's been these people all along. This is how capitalism is maintained, by dividing the people at the bottom instead of thinking maybe we shouldn't have a ladder in the first place. Maybe we should all just be on the same standing and same ability to have opportunity.
The people that we call Native Americans now are not Native Americans. And the reason they're not Native Americans is because they did not form a country called America. They are not native. America is a country. It's not just a place. It's not just a plot of land. It is a country. And before America was formed as a nation, this place was not America, because America didn't exist. America existed when it was formed. And so if someone can trace their lineage back to the Comanche on the Great Plains, well, that doesn't make you you weren't native to America. You're native to Comancheria. You're native to this. You're not native to the country of America. The people who are native to the nation of America, the people who formed this nation, were by and large, almost exclusively, white people of European descent. They are the natives of this country. They're the ones who formed this country. That doesn't mean that other people aren't allowed to live here. It just means that they're the natives. And again, anywhere else in the world, there's nothing controversial about pointing that out. And we're the only place where we're not allowed to say that. But I've been on this, I've been preaching this for a while now. I think we need to, and not just as a gimmick, like I really believe we should reclaim the title of Native American, and not to denigrate the people that we call natives, who I think that it's really interesting to read about their cultures and their history.
Oh, they're amazing people, but not native to here.
They're not native to
African Americans came from Africa. Asian Americans came from Asia. Native Americans are natively from North America and European Americans came from Europe.
Guys, I would like to know what you think. Is saying that European descended Americans are not Native American? Simply statement of historical fact. All these debates create something more division than understanding. What do you think? Share your thought in the comments below. Please keep this discussion respectful because I know that history can even be a sensitive topic and people often see it from different perspectives. I understand. If you enjoy a video like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, because more videos like this are coming on your screen. See you in the next one. I love you guys. Bye bye.